Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. So today we're going to explore the root chakra, and I'm going to do a makeup look while I'm talking to you. So I'm going to be using New to Me Nomad, this palette that I can't say, Fuji 5 Lakes. But we're not going to focus on the makeup today. We are going to focus on the root chakra. So the root chakra is your first chakra down here. I'm going to put a link to these cards in the description down below. And also I'll be linking an article for y'all. Alright, so like I said, the root chakra is the first chakra. It's located in the pelvic floor at the base of your spine. The element is earth. Colors are red. The modern version, the colors are red, but they can also be brown or like a rusty red. You know how like earth colors, like that, how the mountains are like out in Utah and Sedona and places like that, how they're reddish brown. Brown and black. The element I did say is earth. I'm just reading little notes I put up. The affirmation for your root chakra is I am. Planet Mars, the glands that it affects is the adrenals. When balanced, you feel grounded, energetic, physically fit, secure, fearless, calm, and centered. When it's out of balance, it's like having apathy, laziness, anxiety, depression, fear, insecurity, lack of motivation. You feel weak physically. Because when it's balanced, you feel physically stronger. Like well rested and stronger. You know what I mean? So there's that. Some healing practices consist of grounding. And grounding develops your connection to the earth. You can also do meditation. Focus your attention to your root chakra as you're sitting on the earth or on the ground. Walking barefoot. These are some healing practices you can do. Walking barefoot, sitting on the ground, meditating. Excuse the crunching, my cat's eating now. Walking barefoot is important. Running, yoga. There are some yoga poses. You got the thunderbolt pose. I don't know for any of you that do yoga. the garland pose, staff pose, mountain pose, chair pose, warrior pose, and bridge pose. I used to do yoga, but I still do it, just not as often. Yoga is very relaxing, and they do incorporate the chakra system into yoga because they believe when your chakras are balanced, you feel more balanced. I'm not a red person, so this is interesting. All right. Not sure if I like this palette as much as the rest of the Nomads. This is a older palette, and I think it's the older formula, and it's not as blendy. Anyway, back to this. Nutritional wise, some nutritional things you can do is eat up your protein, and whether it be animal or plant. Root vegetables, red colored vegetables and fruits, berries, like some examples: beets, tomatoes, red tomatoes, apples, raspberries, strawberries, root vegetables of any color, because it's just connected. You know, it has that earth connection. You know what I mean? Psychotherapy, like if you're in therapy, exploring the root of your fears. Aromatherapy, you could do sandalwood, vanilla is a nice earthy scent, black pepper, ginger, all very earthy scents. Some of the crystals that you could hold, set around you, sit on, sleep with: red jasper, red coral, ruby, garnet, hematite, black tourmaline, the Shiva stone, smoky quartz, aragonite, obsidian. Use your intuition. That's what I do. If I read a meditation and it says pick up a red jasper, and I pick up the red jasper and I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use something else. All right, so we went over some things you can do. Like on this poster, I mentioned all this: grounding, meditation, physical activity, so on and so forth. So some affirmations is: I'm connected and grounding through the earth. I deserve to be safe at all times. Everything I need comes to me at exactly the right place and time. Every cell of my body supports my total well-being. Deep inner peace is my natural state. Those are some affirmations that you can say during your meditation. So, an easy grounding meditation that I do is, if you have a spot out in your yard preferably private. Or you could go out in the woods. You could go out on a walking trail. Wherever. Just on some grass in your yard. So you can go outside and sit on the ground. Bring your crystals. You can bring a candle. If you want to burn a candle, bring a red candle or a brown candle. You can bring a towel or a cloth to sit down on if sitting right on the grass or the dirt freaks you out. You can light your candle, lay out your crystals, hold a crystal, but close your eyes. Well, first off, you want to breathe. You want to take some nice deep breaths. But you want to close your eyes and just imagine a glowing red light filling your root chakra area. So as you're, like, it's just glowing at the base of your spine and into your pelvic floor. Also, imagine roots coming out of your body or out of your spine, going deep down into the earth, anchoring you to the earth so that you feel stable and secure, safe. And breathe slowly. Take deep breaths, like breathe slowly and deeply. Like, imagine with each breath you're pulling in the energy and the stability of the earth and the calmness and the fearlessness. And as you exhale all your stress, your fears, your anxiety. I mean, it's proven scientifically, breath work alone does wonders for your body. I mean, it's a proven fact. Now, there is science to back up grounding. I'm going to link the article for you down below. You can read it for yourself, but I wrote a couple notes. It's at the National Library of Medicine. It says the effects of grounding, or earthing, as some cultures call it. Grounding and earthing actually is practiced in many cultures. So there's that. Anyway, it says the effects of grounding or earthing produces intriguing effects on physiology and health, relating to inflammation, immune response, and even wound healing. Isn't that interesting? Now, the hypothesis is connecting the body to the earth. This is from this article. Enables free electrons from the earth's surface to spread over and into the body, where they can have an antioxidant effect. Isn't that interesting? I mean, come on. Isn't that cool? Spiritually, I feel when I'm grounding myself, sitting on the earth and just doing that exercise, breathing in the earth, that is when I feel the most divinely connected. And I don't care what religion you are or what you believe, but it gives you it. It's like, did you ever hear that? What did Jesus say? Heaven's within you. a lot of like Buddhists believe that when you ground and you're connected to the earth, it's like a divine connection right to source. You're divinely connecting because earth was a gift. It was a place for us to live, to grow, to do whatever. And when you're grounded, I feel that it connects you to whatever your higher power is. So I feel, even spiritually, that you feel more connected when you're grounded. Does that make sense? It's like you're connecting heaven and earth through your body, which is a gift. Anyway, that's all I gotta say about the root chakra. Um, I will leave some links down below, like to these little candles, candle holders. They make all different colors. They come in a box. To these teaching cards. So I'll leave that all down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. My makeup's not quite done. I'm going to blend it a little more. But it's not about the makeup. It's about the root chakra. It's about grounding. It's about breathing, connecting, healing, letting go of those fears, right? All right. Until next time. Oh, which will be, this is Wednesday, or this is Friday. It will be Wednesday for the sacral chakra, color being orange. So that's where we're going next. So, like I said, I'll leave the links down below. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.